Let's go. Yeah. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Well, hello. How we doing, beautiful people? I hope you guys are having a great New Year's Day. We had a great show earlier this morning, Coffee with Tracks. Right now, we're doing a Monsters of the Madhouse podcast. I'm your boy, Brandon Trax Hiatt, bringing to you all the latest Chicago Bears insights as we dive into what could be a very pivotal moment in the team's building process. So, reports suggest Assistant GM Ian Cunningham might be heading to the Indianapolis Colts to take over as their general manager. This move could impact the Bears front office in a big way, but it's not all bad news. We'll break it all the way down for you. Thanks for joining us again. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to stay update on all things Chicago Bears as we navigate on what's shaping up to be a crucial offseason. Stay with us to the very end, and we are going to offer some questions and answers so we could hear from you, so we could hear what you think about all of this. So let's get into the report. NFL insider Albert Breer, who we all know and trust, has reported that Ian Cunningham, currently the Bears' assistant GM, is a top candidate for the Colts general manager position. The Colts seem ready to part ways with Chris Ballard after 8 seasons of inconsistent results, and Cunningham's name has been circulating as a strong replacement. Let's get into Cunningham's journey and why he is one of the most sought after general managers in the NFL. Cunningham joined the Bears in 2022 and has been instrumental in shaping the team's direction alongside GM Ryan Poles. Before his time in Chicago, he built an impressive resume. He was an area scout with the Ravens from 2008 to 2017, contributing to one of the NFL's most consistent franchises. He was also director of college scouting with the Eagles from 2017 to 2019, a key period during Philadelphia's Super Bowl winning years. Before that, he basically did a lot of different things in the NFL and in college. But fast forward, assistant and later director of player personnel with the Eagles from 2019 to 2022, where he played a significant role in assembling their talented roster. I mean, man, talk about hits. Ravens, Eagles, oh my. This guy has been into some really good franchises, right? Let's get into the impact that this would have on the Bears. Let's talk about losing a key piece, man. Cunningham's potential departure could be a major setback for the Bears. He's been a critical voice in draft strategies, free agent negotiations, and building a long-term vision for the franchise. Losing someone with his expertise will leave a gap that Ryan Poles will need to fill carefully. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I remember when he was going after the 9th pick. He really wanted Rome Odunze, right? Ryan Poles, that is. And Ian Cunningham told him to remain patient. No need to get into your bag of tricks and trade up to get Rome Odunze. He felt confident that Rome would fall to the Bears, and he did. And without that voice in the building, that could be a problem. And we don't know how many other times to count where he's actually bared witness to something like that. You know what I mean? And so, somebody to help balance Ryan out, that's what is needed. And could you imagine what it would be like if Ian wasn't there? How more difficult things could get. I mean, quite honestly, I wouldn't mind if the Bears offered Ian a position and got rid of Poles. That's my opinion. But what do I know? What Cunningham brought to the table. Under Cunningham's influence, the Bears made significant moves, including managing cap space to give the team financial flexibility, playing a role in the selection of Darnell Wright and other young talent, advocating for budgeting-friendly yet impactful signings like TJ Edwards and Kevin Byard. So, I mean, those are some very big key pieces that he was a part of that has helped shape our franchise. And believe me, we all know that they need a lot more shaping than just that. But those are the things that we will miss if he leaves the building, Leave a comment. Let us know if you'd rather see Ryan Poles go over Ian Cunningham, Me personally, I would. I think there's a couple other people out there that would too. Not quite sure why they're keeping Poles around, but who knows? Who really knows about that? But yeah, let's get back to the topic, and that's Ian. Let's talk about the silver lining. If Cunningham accepts the Colts job, the Bears stand to gain 2 compensatory picks in the 3rd round in 2025 and 1 in 2026. So that's pretty good, man. That would add to an already promising draft capital situation with the Bears, potentially holding the 9 picks in the upcoming draft, including 4 in the top 50. I tell you what, pile it on. We need all the help we can get, right? Let's talk about the draft implications, though. Those extra picks could prove crucial as the Bears look to address key roster needs. With potential holes on the offensive and defensive lines, additional 3rd-round selections would provide much-needed ammunition to build depth and talent. Also would be on a very affordable situation, where 3rd-round draft picks are not that expensive as far as, the cost of them. So looking into that as far as like filling in the roster that way, But just imagine having the flexibility to trade up or stockpile talent at multiple positions. This could be the edge Poles needs to keep the rebuild together. Now, I will say this. You're not going to get nothing in turn if Poles leaves the building. Matter of fact, I don't even know if anyone's knocking on his door right now, So obviously they are looking at the assistant and not the, and Poles himself. I mean, he's under contract, so there's probably something to do with that. But yeah, so let's talk about possible replacements, guys. Possible replacements for Cunningham. Replacing Cunningham won't be easy, but there's talent out there. Poles could look to successfully, garner some GMs, so assistant GMs and organizations like the Lions, the Vikings, or Eagles for a new assistant GM. Bringing in someone with a track record of scouting and a building through the trenches could align perfectly with the Bears' needs. How do you guys think this would impact the Colts? Not that it would matter, but we want to see why it would be so impactful to them and why they would be willing to give up 2 draft picks for compensation, two third rounds in the 2025 and 2026. This would be a fresh start for Indy. For the Colts, hiring Ian Cunningham would signal a shift in philosophy. Cunningham's experience in rebuilding teams from the ground up could be exactly what Indianapolis needs after years of underachievement under Ballard, man. Ballard has just been piss poor over there. But expect Ian Cunningham to focus on clearing cap space, acquiring draft picks, and building a foundation, much like he did in Chicago. It won't be an overnight fix, but Colts fans may see progress sooner rather than later under his guidance. What does this mean for Cunningham? This would be a huge step forward in Cunningham's career, and it's well-deserved. His track record shows he's ready to lead a franchise. However, it also means the Bears will need to adjust quickly to ensure their rebuild doesn't lose momentum. Let's talk about some final thoughts here. We're getting ready to close up all this analysis and open up for questions, guys. Losing Ian Cunningham would undoubtedly be a loss for the Bears, but the compensatory picks and the team's existing draft capital provide hope for the future. It's another chapter in what's shaping up to be a fascinating offseason for Chicago. All right, now let's open it up for questions. I got some questions for you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out as always. What's up, Munoz? What up, Plank Daddy? Plank, oh my gosh, man. Hit that notification, bro. It's been so long since I seen you, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. It's been a long time. Busted Knee, shout out to Busted Knee. First time I've seen you in here. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. We've got shows early and often. We've had like 12 shows in like 2 days. There's been a lot of information to take in and process and talk with you lovely people about. So love you guys. Hope you're having a good, happy New Year's. What's up, Jailbreak? I'm glad to see you back in the building again, man. Jailbreak is becoming a staple to this community that we've built here. Cart in front of the horse? I don't know. Not wild about Ryan. Hey, I'm with you, brother. I am with you on that one. Do you believe the report that Poles is steering the Bears away from Ben Johnson? I don't believe that report, Munoz, factually speaking, because that was from that guy, Charlie. And I don't know much about Charlie, a little bit, but not to the point where I would debunk what Albert Breer's already said, what Ian Rappaport's already said, and what Adam Schefter's already said. All signs are pointing that Ben Johnson is interested. Now, when Albert Breer speaks, we should listen because Albert Breer is very close to the camp of Ben Johnson and Ben Johnson himself. So this isn't just on the Chicago Bears side. This is also on the Ben Johnson side. And nothing has been reported from them about this dysfunction and how the GM and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that would actually have to take place during the interview process where that would come up. But there is definitely going to be an interview. It's already been talked about. It's already been reported. Ben Johnson is interested. This isn't something that's like Ben's like all of a sudden he's interested and then one day, well, hold on a second. I really don't want like he's known about Ryan Poles this whole time. This is just somebody that's just grabbing something to talk about. And I'm not trying to debunk this Charlie at all, altogether, but I would like to understand what does he have in this? What kind of skin in the game does he get out of this? Does he get a good following? Does he get a whole bunch of people that are like, oh my gosh, head on a swivel, like Charlie's reporting? We've seen that happen time and time again. But all the reports from the big three, I have not seen anything at all about that whatsoever. So, and I would think even Tom Pelissero would weigh in on that one for sure. So, yeah, that report, as well as it should be looked at, I don't think I wouldn't hold any weight to that. That needs to be a one-on-one conversation that I'm sure, if Brian is interested in all of that, or Brad, I would say Brad Johnson, that would be a conversation that they would have, during the interview process. And right now he's just a hop skipping away from Chicago. That interview is going to go down as soon as the postseason's over with. So, just like I said, you are a very, very busy guy, man. You help out the whole entire community. And I love you for that. I love everybody that helps out the whole Bears podcast community. You guys always show up and show out and support everybody. And I know there's just more than me out there. What up, Philip? Philip's in the building. Yes, yes, yes. Happy New Year's, everybody. Yepers. All right, let's get into some questions, guys. I got some questions for you guys because you guys got a lot of answers. You got a lot of good input. You guys are checking out all the shows out there, always going through all the information, trying to find out and sift through everything. So I got some questions for you guys. All right. How should the Bears utilize their potential 9 draft picks, especially if Cunningham leaves? What would you like to see them do? Pile it on with these 2 compensatory picks along with the other picks. What would you guys like to see them do? I think Johnson might be friendly, but I don't know. I'll tell you what. I've seen a couple times where he's on the sidelines and he's fired up. Now, he's pretty cool as the other side of the pillow for the most part, but I have seen him lead and get fired up. So I do like that about him, man. He does, when the time's right, that guy gets fired up. And I like that. You guys know me. Plank said trenches. What up, Aunt Mass? Aunt Mass in the building. Aunt Mass, you got to give me something in the middle. We got coffee with tracks. We got tracks after dark. We need something in the middle for shows like this, man. Help me out, buddy. Aunt Mass said he had New Year's Day and poached eggs brunch. Oh, man. I love some poached eggs, man. They're good. How about that bacon? My buddy gave me a little trick. 4 minutes in the microwave, wrapped up in paper towel. Take it out, dry it out, eat it up. It's a lot better than messing up that frying pan. And it's right. It's cooked at perfection, man. I love it. Right in the microwave. I like hard-boiled eggs too with salt and pepper. Oh, baby. All the protein, no carbs. Let's go. Busted Knee says trenches, both sides of the ball. And a safety? Are you saying that is a safe way to go? Or are you saying we need a safety also? I agree we do need a safety. I think that's what you're saying. Plank saying to Aunt Mass, bear down, and Happy New Year. This is awesome. This is what I love, man. I love it when you guys – I wish they had these chat rooms and audio. That'd be great just to open it up to hear you guys. That would be so cool. I do know that they have little forums or little communities and XApp where you can talk to each other. My neighbor Greg Braggs with CHGO, he's in there all the time. I wouldn't mind doing that with you guys. I'd love to hear your guys' voice and hear what you guys have to say, just as long as it doesn't take away from this, because this is our bread and butter. We love this, guys. I guarantee you, this whole technology, it's going to get better and better and better. It's just begun. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, enough of that. Busted Knee says we need a safety. I agree. How about we get Doug Plank back out? Like to see Doug Plank back out there. I wouldn't mind Doug Plank as a coach, honestly. I think we could really help. He could really help us out for sure. All right. What quality should Ryan Poles look at for a new assistant GM? When I wrote this question out, I was prepared for some smart-ass remarks because I got a few myself, but I want to hear them from you guys. What qualities should Ryan Poles look for in a new assistant GM? Sorry, guys. I'm inviting more people from other Facebook groups to our they got us doing it like manually. If you guys ever see my head down, it's not that I'm not paying attention to you guys. It's just that this is the only way to bring other groups into what we're doing, into our fold. I like to see everybody in here. The more we can grow, the better. So let's see here. After the trenches, we need After the trenches, we need a safety and a linebacker. I agree with that. For sure. Trenches, I wouldn't mind a running back also. Let's see if anybody brings up a running back for sure. I definitely feel like we're a little light in the running back department. And matter of fact, we got rid of a running back that I liked. That was disappointing for me. I wish we would have kept him for sure. We need another Cunningham type guy. I agree, man. We need another Cunningham type guy. It makes sense. Bears should draft O-line and D-line with their first 3 to 4 picks. I can get behind that, Philip, and then go after a safety and running back in the middle rounds. That's perfect, Philip. I hope, hey, let's get Philip in as assistant GM for sure. Brutal honesty and high-end talent evaluation. We definitely need some brutal honesty for sure. I mean, that's basically what what's that quarterback over there in Miami, the Dolphins, Tua. Tua said Flores put him in the fetal position, basically is what he said. When he told him he stunk up the joint and all this and that, he basically just, had a hard time with Flores telling him that he needed to play better. And he did. And he did end up playing better. But he said that he ended up playing better after Flores left. So whatever. But I'm talking about brutal honesty. That's what you need sometimes, man. For sure. Some tough love, We need a hardcore type, one that will take the North and never give it back. I wish he would have never said that, guys. I know some of you guys are not from Chicago, but everybody knows the Chicago way or what the Chicago way should be. I'm telling you right now, guys, you do not freaking run your mouth as a brand new guy in Chicago. They will eat you alive and spit you out. And for as much as, Ryan Poles ran his mouth and said that he was going to take the North and never give it back right out the gate, 3 years later, coming up on the 4th year, I was hoping that we would hold him a lot more accountable and go harder on him because honestly, those are some big, big words. And you have to, we're like Missouri, man. We're like the show me state. You know what I mean? You've got to be about it and not talk about it. And then you can talk about it, That's my point, Yeah, you would get some work done because you care. I think a lot of us care a lot more than some of those guys that are in their cozy offices, to be honest with you. What up, Dano? Dano in the building. Love you, buddy. Miss you, man. Hope we can connect soon. We got some big stuff down the right way, Dano, my co-host. Happy New Year, Dano Blakes. We're going to do a thing with Dano. We're going to call it Dinner with Danimal. And he's going to break down, he's going to do like a short, like 9-minute, solo show where he's just going to come at you hard with some news, some new news, leave some questions for you guys to marinate on and throw some comments in there and answer some of his questions. He's just going to drop the mic and roll out. And Dinner with Danimal. So looking forward to that, man. Busy guy, but when he gets on, man, impactful, good dude, love him. Anyways, enough of that. Which position should be the Bears' top priority in the draft? A lot of you guys said offensive line, but where in the offensive line? Are you talking interior line? Are you talking about center, left tackle? Do you even think that the right tackle? Here's a quick question. Why in the flying, what, did we not try Darnell Wright at the left tackle position to protect Caleb's blind side? I'm just saying. Darnell Wright looks like he could make that shift. I think we got too cute with that and not gave him the opportunity to try it out. For any reports at all, they've never gave that a try. It's not reinventing the wheel. At least give it a try. You know what I mean? For Christ's sake. You mean to tell me all the bodies that they've put all over the place for, everywhere else is tank for Milroe. Milroe freaking stunk up the joint. What are you talking about, dude? Drug test Jimmy Butler, man. Are you kidding me? Take him to the dispensary, make him pee right now. I think he's on some hallucinogenics or something. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. Tank for Milroe? I think there's a lot better pieces out there than freaking Milroe. Milroe is he's below the middle of the row. He was freaking horrible. And that's not even at the level that we need to be talking about. Oh my gosh, man. Shut your freaking mouth. No, I'm looking at like Will Campbell at the left tackle. I like what he said about if you miss enough blocks that you'll be working for Amazon and all that kind of stuff. Like that kid gets it, man. And he said he sucked early and he made the, transition and worked hard and grind hard. I don't know if you guys seen that video on TikTok, but I really like the way the kid thinks. He's a big bodied guy. I think he'd be a good complimentary bookend to Darnell Wright for sure. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. What are you talking about? Tank also. We've been tanking for like the last freaking umpteen years, man. Are you kidding me? We take all the wins for the last 3 years and we barely skim double digits. I mean, embrace the tank. The tank has been going on for a while, dude. Open your eyes. And, geez, oh, Pete. Oh, my God. If Mason Graham is our pick, we draft him or trade back with our first to collect more picks. I like Will Campbell, Aunt Mass. I'm also telling you right now, I like that center from Georgia. I think he's really good. We're going to do a show in February with a special individual who breaks down a lot of tape and does a lot of college, mock drafts and all this kind of stuff. Really good mind. I'm not quite sure why he's not working for the NFL right now, but really good guy. We're going to bring him on. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's his favorite pick right there for center. And I would like to get him. I think that is a later pick, though, possibly third round. I can't remember what he said, but maybe it was later on. Maybe I didn't ask him. I definitely know it's not at first because he's very high on Will Campbell. A lot of people are. So like I said, you take care of the bookends, you take care of Caleb's blind side, and then you move inside. That's where I'm looking at, Yeah, I'm right there with you. What's up, GM? Hey, in the building. Rich X Wolf. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Everybody leave a like button. If you guys drop 25 likes in this show, we will have another one tonight with our crew. We'll bring our full-on crew around 8:30 tonight, and we'll drop it like it's hot. We got a lot more information to come out there. We got some breaking news. We'd love to share it with you guys. We could bring it in tomorrow, but we'd like to let's have a freaking, what do you call it? A hat trick, all three of them, let's have three of them today. We had one for breakfast. We have one right now. Let's have one for a late night show, What's up, Evolution? Oh, this is where they blitz you and they bring a bunch of people in. Watch. Here comes a bunch of people. What's he doing? I'll tell you what, there's two interior Georgia guys that I'd like. The center, and then there's a guard, too. We brought the name up earlier in the show. I can't remember what it is. I think that would be funny if we went Georgia, LSU. You know what I mean? Those three offensive linemen, I wouldn't be mad at it, dude. I would not hate it at all. What's up? The Bears Den podcast. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing up. Now, usually when they do that countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they bring in and they blitz your show and they bring like 200 bots or something with you. And it goes all the way up and down. I seen it before. We were on a show and then all of a sudden the numbers aren't there and they went away. There's no sign of it or nothing. It's just kind of mess with you, I thought that's what was going to happen, but it fell flat. They brought nothing. What's up, Munoz? GM John, Jaden Daniels' numbers are better than Lamar's numbers last season when he won MVP. That's what happens when you get good coaching, man. We could have had the same head coach. We could have had the same head coach that Washington has right now. You know what I'm saying? We could have had Cliff Kingsbury too as an OC. He would have paired really well with Caleb. But our guys were way too smart for that. You know what I mean? So, anyways. What's up, Philip? Jared Wilson is a center. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So I think GM John's trying to hold court and run his own show. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for all the information. Do you think Ian Cunningham will succeed if he takes over as the Colts GM? Do you think he'll do good over there? I know freaking did you guys see that rant? Oh my God. Holy moly. Pat McAfee went off. He said he is no longer a season ticket holder. He said that the players and the coaches should be ashamed of themselves that they gave up and they're already thinking about vacations and on an island or something like that. He said he's not watching or going to any more Colts football. That's coming from Pat McAfee, who's really close and played for the Colts for many years. I wish a former player, would come out and do the same thing and shut her down. Pat's got an unbelievable reach, though. I mean, there's really nobody out there right now that has that kind of reach in Chicago. Lance is starting to get there, but he's not there yet as far as reach and has their own show. Pat, over all 32 teams, I think he's got the largest reach out of anyone, man. The guy's ridiculous. You know, I love what he said, though. Shout out to Pat for freaking standing Pat, man. Hopefully our guys take note and we do the same thing. It's time that we hold these freaking upper, owners and top brass accountable, I really feel that. We got to stop shopping at the Dollar Tree. Maybe we should do a show. But put something in the comments if you think we should do a show on what Pat said and all that and how we should probably all band together and do something like that. I've been thinking about that. I might just do it, All right, guys. Yeah, I think Ian Cunningham disagrees with polls often, but I don't really know. I agree the same sentiments over here, Jailbreak, for sure. Do you think? I think he'll succeed. I think he'll do good. I don't know if it'll happen right away, but there's some pieces over there. There's some pieces everywhere in the NFL. You look at any team in the NFL, they've got pieces. I think we value our pieces way too much. I think they're our friends more than they are our players. And we probably got about 3, 4, maybe 5 pieces that are good, like everywhere in the NFL. And if we have to move some stuff around, so be it. But we need to find some winners, some leaders. We don't have that, man. I thought Raquan Smith was one, and we shipped him out of town. And I think part of our winning way and the leader in the locker room went with that. I really think Raquan was awesome, man. And guys don't really feel too comfortable when something like that happens. It takes away from some of the fabric in the building, It really does, man. You put your head on a swivel. You don't feel safe. There's definitely a broken, fractured relationship over there. And it's not good at all. So anyways, so yeah, trying to see who's on topic in the chat. Jailbreak, yeah. Philip says he thinks that if so, and he were in Indy, he would hire him. He would hire Ian Cunningham. I agree. We should have a 2025 draft party with some special guests and your podcast viewers. Thoughts? It would be an awesome time. There's thoughts about that. Now, that draft party might actually go at the casino. You guys know that we are now live at the casino. We'll be there Sunday at 11 o'clock. Is going to be our pregame with former QB Jim Miller, and myself. He's my co-host. We'll be up there. We're going to be doing the pregame, the game, and the postgame. The whole entire show we're going to call just like he does for the Bears during the preseason. And last year he did it for Marquee Network. Yeah. All right. Final question. What do you guys think about? Wait. Let me back up. So in answer to that, I will make a recommendation to them that could be a very nice event for us to plan. I'll let you know about it. If that doesn't work out, we'll do something on our own. How about that, Philip? Just remind me, man. We got a lot going on. Appreciate you, man. Love you, bro. What do you think about the Bears' overall approach to rebuilding? Are they heading in the right direction? Do you think they'll head in the right direction? Oh, Wind Creek Casino. Wind Creek Casino right off of 80 in Halstead. It's in Homewood, Flossmoor area. It's on the south side of 80. It's right there, man. Brand new, just built, Chicago Southland. They got areas all over Aruba, Montego Bay. They got one in Miami. They got one in Alabama. They got one Reno, Pennsylvania, all over, like 9 different locations, man. Great people, man. Lots of fun, lots of events all the time. They had Eddie George last week. I think they just had another guy come run through there. I forgot. A couple weeks ago, they had my friend Mike Singletary show up. He was there. They picked him up in a Bugatti. I mean, these guys are the real deal, man. They love entertaining, man. It's not just a place to, go entertain yourself. They bring the entertainment also, if you know what I'm saying. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. I think the overall approach needs to be adjusted. It has to be adjusted. I'm not a fan of keeping polls. I'm not a fan of keeping anyone in that building, even if it meant to move on from Ian. I think even with Ian Cunningham, it would be good to get those compensation picks for him and just move on entirely and go find a GM. I do like the guy out of Detroit. I also like Louis Riddick. There's a few guys out there that I wouldn't mind. Basically anybody than Ryan Poles for sure. Because, I mean, look at it. Even with all the dysfunction, even with 3 head coaches in less than 1 calendar year, the offensive coordinators, the defensive coordinator, all the thing that's going on, Chris Morgan, the lack of protection on the offensive line, shipping running backs out, all these kinds of things, man, that's happening. You look at Caleb with 3,300 yards passing, to set an NFL record for most completions without an interception. His touchdown to interception ratio is unbelievable. He is amazing. He is so good. I'm so excited to partner him with a real good head coach, a good OC, and a good foundation and some good offensive linemen. I'll tell you right now, we had Jaden Daniels, or even if we had Lamar Jackson or somebody, or even like a pocket passer, they would get killed back there. Lamar, his whole structure of his body, the way that he's built, he's so small. He's blessed to have such a good offensive line over there. You know what I'm trying to say? And the same thing with Jaden. He's so thin and fragile. Those ribs would have not just been, bruised. They would have been broken, all of them and more. I mean, for Caleb to play 16 games it's never been done before by a rookie quarterback. Never been done by a rookie quarterback in Chicago to play all 16 games and getting ready to play 17. He could have benched himself a long time ago, but the kid flat out doesn't quit. He will play. He's checked in and he's all in. So let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance and let's see what can happen. Rooting against him is rooting against his team, rooting against the Chicago Bears. If you root against somebody that's on the Chicago Bears, You're not a fan. We don't need you. Move on out. Take your subscribe button with you too. We don't need any of that. I'm telling you right now, as God is my witness, you're either all in or you're all out. And I believe most of you, if not all of you, are all in. We can't root against players on our team to fail. The last show, somebody said something about, oh, we are all family. He says, why don't we bench Caleb and some other players? What you're going to teach kids to just fold up and not play? You're going to teach grown men to crawl up in the fetal position and not play? You are an athlete. You are a competitor. You also have a job to do, and all of those hard paying dollars that all the fans come to watch. They do not want you to have some load management like the NBA has. They want you to be out there and perform and play. And some of the season ticket holders have already bought their freaking tickets. So shame on you for thinking that we should quit. Unbelievable. You should be ashamed of yourself. Is that what you tell your children? Is that what you tell your wife? Is that what you tell your mom and your dad and your whole family, to just quit? Do you air out all their dirty laundry during the holidays? Are you just a drama queen? What are you? Are you worth anything? Because if all you have is to bring drama and bring people down, let me tell you something. Here's a New Year's resolution for you. Be a fountain, not a drain. Be a fountain and not be a drain. Give more than you take away. It's suffocating to be so negative. I feel bad. I feel bad for those type of people. Yeah. Thank you, the Bears Den podcast. Can I get a amen? We're having church on Wednesday. Oh, man. I'm scared for Brisker's health too, man. I'm so worried about it, man. I hope he's all right. That whole concussion protocol thing and whatever, you think he would have been back a long time ago. He was out 4 weeks, and then they gave him another 4 weeks and put him on IR. That's 8 weeks, man. That's a long time to be checked out for a head injury, and we're not hearing much about it at all, too. Like, we don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? As much as we like him to be a player, and in 2022 is a second-round draft pick and all that and blah, 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 at the end of the day, we want him to be healthy, because my friend Doug Plank, who's been on the show several times, and I've got him a couple paid, appearances and all that. I love the guy, man. He speaks life, man. He speaks life, and he speaks positivity into everybody's life. There's not a negative bone in his freaking body. He has short-term memory damage from being a freaking human missile, man. He said, there's guys like Earl Campbell that they were just beasts, man, that just freaking plowed through everybody. And now there's a reaction for every action. These guys right now are barely freaking making it in life. They're barely moving along. Now, Doug Plank, man, he's still curling 100-pound dumbbells. But as far as his faculties, man, he's got short-term memory loss, man, and that's part of it. So I'm really concerned about Brisker's health. I hope he can make it back. But more importantly, I hope he has a successful future in life and can live a happy and healthy life. I hope he gets it together for sure, man. So that's all I got to say about that, man. Yep, I agree. Brisker's health comes before anything. Amen, Scottish Bear. Well said, bro. I appreciate you, man. Amen. Jason Hine. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, Mr. Hine. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for entering the building. Make sure you hit that notification bell. He said, hire Ben Johnson now. Don't waste your time interviewing other people. Then get Lovie Smith, Ron Rivera, or Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator. Hey, man, if that's where your heart's moving you, more power to you. I'm not against you. He's my outlier as far as an OC, taking a challenge at a young guy. If that's one of the guys, that's my outlier. I wouldn't mind giving him a try for sure. As long as he comes with a complimentary, full staff, coordinators, all that kind of stuff. He has a game plan. Let's do it. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. I hear you, man. He's still got to get through his process, though. Ben Johnson still got to get through his whole entire process. He's got one more game, right, against the Vikings. Whoever wins gets the first seed. Whoever loses gets the fifth seed. They drop all the way to the fifth seed. Very crucial, man, because you get that first round bye. That's like automatically winning a game in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And it gets you guys healthy and it gets you more time to prepare for the playoff game. Very important. And then they've got the playoff run, maybe even Super Bowl. We have to wait until Ben Johnson gets that done before we can even talk to him for sure. All right. GM John. Yeah, we've talked about selling the team. Go look back on a few more episodes, maybe last week. We talked about the, sell the team chance when that happened. He'll figure it out. We like to stay on topic here. Campbell didn't last long, but he was something. He was something, wasn't he? Earl Campbell? Whoa, talk about a beast. He said that he used to put metal plates in where his pads were. So, and that was legal back in the day. They got away with that kind of stuff, man. Imagine Doug Plank, as small as he could be, just freaking throwing himself into a big old human being like that had metal plates in there, Whoa. So am I going to believe a guy? You guys help me out. Am I going to believe all of the guys like Tom Brady, all of the coaches that keep coming up and hogging him and saying how good he is, all the players that see greatness in him? Or am I going to believe some freaking hate spewing stooge that's on YouTube that just drains the life out of everybody, or at least tries to? And, he's the drain that we're talking about. He's not the fountain. He just wants to suck life out of people that he's around. Am I going to believe that guy, or am I going to believe the guys that know it and pass? I mean, we all watch football. We see that he passes the eye test. I think the chart that we put up a few days ago that was all created by PFF. About 38% of the time he held onto the ball, and those sacks were created against himself. He knows, and he's came out on record saying that he needs to get rid of the ball. Okay. Like, I don't know why this guy hijacked the podcast and he's going in a different direction and he can't stay on topic. Maybe he's got ADD, or his mama didn't hug him and his family didn't love him. He's got separation anxieties. I don't know what's going on, but dude, the dude's got to stop hating, man. Since he came into the chat the whole freaking time, he's just been hating and being off topic. He can't even stay on topic, man. Unbelievable. You're not a GM of anybody, man. Well, if you are, it's a GM of negativity, man. Yeah, tell him, Jailbreak. Let him have it, man. Don't let the freaking, speaking of Jailbreak, don't let the freaking inmates run the asylum, right, Jailbreak? You're my warden in this court, Jailbreak. A competent GM and head coach would be nice, for sure. I agree. Doug Plank and Gary Fenwick, the greatest duo in safety history. Doug's injury was a disaster. He should have a ring in 85. I agree, Scottish Bear, wholeheartedly, man. Did you find out how to get in contact with me, Scottish Bear? Remember, I told you I wanted to try to find a way where we could connect so you could let me in on that place so I could check out the New Year's fireworks and all that cool stuff you were talking about. Plank, bear down. Yeah, those are some good guys, man. I've had some good podcasts with him. Wouldn't you guys agree? He's a good dude, man. Texas for the win, Munoz says. The reality of Bears fans is not Caleb is some savior. Why are you talking about one guy this whole time, man? There's 53 guys on the Bears. Like, seriously, Jimmy Mack was just on a show a week ago on Chicago Clubhouse podcast, and he was saying that he passes his eye test. He thinks he's a great talent. Jimmy Mack, Super Bowl champ, 85 Bear, the punky kid. He never watches football. He hates watching football. He doesn't watch any football, but he was forced to watch football at some event that he was paid to be at or something, or a family gathering. I forgot what he said, but he likes Caleb. He just needs help. He said he needs an offensive line, he needs complementary running backs, and he needs a scheme. And when we're running the ball, to not just run freaking QB draws and shotgun runs up the middle, not just to be running for running. And the routes and the passing and all that is just ridiculous. Everything that's schemed up for passing, Jimmy Mack doesn't like, dude. He says they need to help not only him out, but the entire team out. Like, dude, it's not all just about the quarterback. It is not about you, GM. It's not even about me, man. Let's get back to the other guys, man. Quit hogging the chat, dude. You're freaking borderline, terrorist over here, man. You're ruining these guys' evening. Shame on you. Put you in timeout. Mike Brown is the greatest safety in Bears history. I did like Mike Brown. He had a decade of dominance. We had Jerry Azuma on a couple times this year. A couple weeks ago, he was at Bridges Scoreboard at a paid appearance that I put him up for, helping out. And then also he'll be up at the casino with us. He was online with us. He's a big fan of Mike Brown. He's connected with him and all the other guys with, Peanut and all that. You'll see him around a lot more. So Scottish Bear says, that's in Edinburgh, Brandon. Unfortunately, I'm not on social media, brother. We will work something out, though. Good, man. Well, I'm glad I see you around more for sure, man. I appreciate you. Seriously, Scottish Bear. You're very intelligent and you're very helpful, and keep the conversation going. Caleb just needs some good coaching. I agree, man. I think he needs he's a rookie. See, here's the deal. When you are comparing him to people that aren't rookies, that should tell you something. They're comparing him to Justin Fields and other quarterbacks out there it's been in the league 4 or 5 plus years. He's a rookie, Takes a little while. I agree. Let's get him some help. What up, Darius? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining the show, man. My co-host, Darius Lockhart. Love him, man. Great talent. He'll be on later this week. I think tonight. I'm not sure, man. I can't keep up with all these guys. He's on so much. He's almost on as much as I am. Great dude, man. Appreciate you. Good co-host for sure. Yeah, his injuries really got the best of him, didn't it? That was one of my daughter's very first, what do they call those? Shirtsies? Jersey shirts. What are the name of those? I forgot the name, what they call them, but I got her one of those at the Bears Expo, Family Expo. They were in a bin. I think it was like $10 or something. I picked her up one. It was the year that DJ Moore, the defensive back, and Johnny Knox were rookies. She got to play Guitar Hero against those guys. Wasn't that cool? And then I tried to sneak in there and be a big kid and play freaking Madden football, but I'm glad I didn't, because they probably would have waxed my butt. That was a good time. I love Soldier Field, being a veteran, pretty cool. All right, guys, we've been here far too long, but if it wasn't for your great companionship and this community, we would have been a lot shorter. So, as always, I don't mind coming on longer than, intended. I appreciate you guys in the chat. I love all of the answers. Even GM John, we might not agree. We can agree to disagree. I don't hate you. I ain't mad at you. But try to get a hug from somebody. Buy a kitten. Get a dog. Go help out at the senior center or something. I don't know. Go do something. Get you a big teddy bear. Love on yourself, brother. Quit hating so damn much. But thanks for joining the chat. You're actually one of the most active guys in the chat today. So come on back. I appreciate all you guys, man. Dang, Scottish. I appreciate you, man. That's awesome, dude. Hey, you got any other friends or family out there, Scottish? That goes for you too, Plank. Please let them know about us, man. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. As always, I hope you guys win this year. I know you'll win this year. I believe in you guys. You believe in me. We've came from a long way, haven't we? 2 years ago, we started in my garage, had a little phone that was a little bit better than a flip phone, podcasting, Facebook only. Now we got over 20 co-hosts, tens of thousands of followers across all platforms. Started at Bridges Scoreboard and other sports venues. Went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame for Mongo. Helped raise money for Mongo and his ALS. Been to the best tailgate in Chicago and quite possibly all 50 states. Was a sideline reporter, locker room reporter, up in the media box, the press box. I mean, we've done it all, man. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Every time I go somewhere, guys, I take you with me. That's how I get confident. I just think about you guys, your belief in me, your belief in this community, your belief in the new years in 2025. Now we're in a casino, guys. Never in the history of ever has a podcast ever been able to do that. And it's not me. It's not just me. It's what drives me. And you guys drive me, man. You guys demand. You don't demand, but I just feel like when I get done talking to you guys, like I got to pick my game up every time, man. Iron sharpening iron, man. You guys are great. Family, friends, at work, everywhere you go, man. I pray that you guys have an incredible year and make this year the best year that you've ever had, and be great, man. Be great together. All right, guys. Chi-Town up, bear down, and pray for those folks over there with that bus. No, it was a big truck that ran through a stadium or something. I didn't get all the details, but I guess they shut down the Georgia Notre Dame game till tomorrow night. So pray for all those affected and for all the people, all the families that had to witness that and bear that, and just all the people that are now afraid to go to big events, because of, people that are just bad people, man. Bad people. So pray for them, man. Pray that they have a great year too, that they bounce back, We're stronger together. All right, guys. Have a good one. Love you guys.